Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Rockwood. This is their part number 481-626. This is a doorstop, obviously. This would be considered a heavy-duty doorstop in the sense of how it distributes the mounting points into the floor over a large surface area, rather than just a couple of, like maybe a single mounting bolt, really. This is going to permit you to install that in 3 different locations, really giving it an ability to not only handle that lateral pressure, but any sort of other pressure that it might encounter as well with this single hole. This is a piece of cast brass, is what this is. There's a logo down there. I've never seen a logo in any of their material. Oh, it just says Taiwan. Okay. It's obviously someone's logo. I'm just not sure whose logo it is. This casting is obviously done overseas. This has a bumper in it. That's a 461 bumper, and that's gray, obviously. You can order that 461 in gray or black. If it's not specified, you can order it with either. If you don't specify, they're going to ship it in gray, even if you ordered black or oil rubbed. If you order these darker colors, yeah, maybe you'd like to see a black bumper. So be mindful. By all means, specify that, but gray is going to be the standard. There's a link below showing you, getting you to those items so that if you wanted to or needed to purchase bumpers only, you can do so. If you expect substantial use and abuse on this door, you might want to have additional bumpers ready to go because it's some sort of a rubberized plastic. It's going to fatigue and fail with time. It's like all things that are maintenance. Things simply wear out. Okay. Now, there are dimensions listed down below. 2.5 inch is the base by 1 3/4 inches. The height is 1 5/8 inches, and I'm only holding it upside down because it's easier to measure it that way. But if we were looking at turning the tape measure upside down, the question becomes, what kind of undercut would I like to see on my door to make this a usable sort of bumper? You know, if you're at a 1/2 inch undercut, that's great. You're making full contact. 3/4 inch undercut, you know, you're not making as much contact with the bumper. So you're going to want to be sure that a 1/2 inch undercut is going to be pretty nice with this one. And if you have a taller undercut, or because this is likely an exterior application as well, that door opens up and out. Well, what does the concrete do? It pitches away from the opening. So by the time you go from 0 degree to 90 degree, a 3/4 inch undercut can be 1 1/4 inches over here, which means the 481 is not the right model for your application. Speaking of that bumper, they do call it a Duraflex bumper. That's the name that they use to describe replacement bumpers from Rockwood. Machine screws and lead anchors. 1224. Pardon me, we have the incorrect description here. These are going to be, 1224 by 1 inch with lead anchors is what's going to happen here on this item. So these are indeed 1224 machine screws with a lead anchor. The lead anchor is outrageously durable. You know, they do offer the 480, which is going to give you basically wood screws and plastic anchors. Sure, I guess. Use a lead anchor every time you can. I would say the drill size of this is going to be 1/2 inch, 0.5 inch. Okay. The length of this anchor as it stands now is going to be 0.918. So 29-30 seconds. You're going to want to have this pointed into the hole. You're going to drill that 1/2 inch hole, and then you're going to seat it down into the hole. There's a setting tool for lead anchors, and then you're going to run that machine screw, that 1224 machine screw, through, of course, your base, and you're going to tighten. I would tighten them evenly. I would work around. Get the holes straight. Once these are in place and you have the conical portion being shoved up into the sleeve, there's game over. It's anchored, and that's why lead anchors are so preferred when it comes to doing an installation one and done. Okay. Now, put the anchors back in the package. There is, I should say, a link below this video to the product catalog. Let's switch to the camera view and take a look at that. Sorry, the screen view. Let's switch to the screen. Now here is the item that we're looking at, and here's our product brochure here. And when we click on that, we're going to pull up that 481. There's also a 480. The only difference is the fastener package that's included. Someone is asking for machine screws and lead anchors, so it's going to be a 481. The example I gave earlier of that door swinging to 90 degrees and now you needing a taller stop, sure, look at the 481H, because that's going to take your height of 1 5/8 and make it 2 1/4. So that might be exactly what you need in that regard. Okay, the rest of the small little 2-page document here is related products. We call this a gooseneck style. If you use your imagination, you can see why it's called that. Gooseneck with a holder is available as well. Okay. Now the other finishes that this is available in, it's brass, so it can be done in any of those finishes that brass is available in, and that's going to be lots. 10 powder-coated dark bronze equivalent, polished brass, satin bronze, oil rub bronze, satin nickel, polished chrome, satin nickel, polished chrome, satin chrome. Being brass and being Rockwood, they can do this in any color, any finish you like. If you want antique nickel, they can do it. You want powder coated black, they can do it. That's guaranteed. You want polished bronze, which I think is a 611 finish, they can do it. So don't hesitate to ask if there's a finish that you like, that you would like this made in. Rockwood and the company that is their holding company, Assa Abloy, they have recently put out a marketing document that basically says, send us your requests for customs. We want to do that. And my actual experience with Rockwood is that if they have the machinery to make the material, if they have the ability to do it, they happily do it. They all but encourage those requests. Okay. Final link here to point out to you is the link to the manufacturer's page, and let's finish up this video on camera. Okay, so the link to the manufacturer's page, that's going to get you to be able to see not only all of the Rockwood items that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. I'm partial to Rockwood. They've got great quality products, prices, and people. That's the bottom line. That prices, product, and people. They do a great job with all of it, and their average score when it comes to expert level familiarity of their product line from their employees, I would argue is, for a manufacturer, very, very, very high. Very, very high. Excellent people that you can rely on, like clockwork. Any questions on the Rockwood 481 in a satin chrome finish or any other Rockwood product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.